unmute the mic.
Oh, we were muted?
Yeah.
All right. You little rascally rabbit, you. Yeah.
Well then.
Yes. Live from the landing strip in Houston, Texas. It's the 419th edition of Houston Wrestling Radio. This is Abel.
This is Scott.
No, man, you're Chris.
Shit.
You're Chris. Still.
God damn. Can I be somebody else?
Wait, hold on.
Hey.
There you go. If you're watching us live, thank you so much. We will want to have you log into your YouTube or Google account. That way you could chat along with us in the live chat right here in the handy dandy smartphone. So feel free to ask questions, talk shit, fact check, whatever. I'll see it. I'll try to involve you as best as I can in the show. If you're not watching this live, that's okay. We can still interact on Facebook. Facebook.com/Houston Wrestling Radio, or on Twitter at H Wrestling Radio, or just drop a comment down below.
Where?
Hey, and and make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. The bell, like Dingy. That's Dingy's cousin. Yeah. Do Dingy's cousin a favor and hit the bell on YouTube.
That sounds about right.
He likes it.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Ain't that right, Dingy?
It's been a couple weeks.
It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah. We tried to do this last week. So at my expense, please tell them what the fuck happened.
So we got here and we plugged in the microphone, plugged in the camera, opened up the laptop, and then Chris was met with a screen that he's never seen before, and he couldn't move past the screen. He didn't know what the fuck was going on, and we just couldn't record.
Yeah.
So I went home.
And what happened was, since I was jet lagged from the trip from the week before, I had left it on and unplugged.
You want to tell the humanoids where you went?
I went to Amsterdam. Yes.
Amsterdam. Yeah.
Yes. My first time out of the continent.
Yeah.
It was damn good. No pun intended.
But
yeah. So
Amsterdam good.
Yeah. Yeah. For the next 5 days, it was hamster. Yeah. Yeah.
You saw Metallica out
The opening
there, right?
show of Metallica's world tour for this year and next year, and I saw it over there, and it was a sight to behold. It was nice. Ashton's pretty.
Yeah,
can't wait to go back. I'm like, even for no reason, just to go, I have to go back, especially since what tends to be my track record is I tend to travel to new places alone first.
Yeah.
So that whenever I go back with people, they have confidence that at least someone knows what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
And so it's just turned out that way. I would have wanted for anybody to come with, but it didn't happen,
Well, besides Amsterdam, you went to another city, right?
Copenhagen,
right?
My connecting flight both ways, well, one of my two connecting flights both ways was in Copenhagen. 2.5 hours on the way over, 20 hours on the way back. So I actually spent the night there and spent half of the day there before my flight being delayed. Let me stay some more time out there before I went back to the airport and customs and shit. And then the flight back to Chicago.
So what was cooler, Amsterdam or Copenhagen?
By default, Amsterdam. I didn't spend enough time in Copenhagen to really get a grasp of everything that was going on.
That's fair.
A lot more people spoke English in Amsterdam. There were a lot more signage that were dual language. Like if you go to like the borders of Mexico, you'll see that for the most part, most of the cities like Reynosa and Laredo, they're dual signage because you get a lot of American traffic there.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of that in Copenhagen. You literally had to like figure it out on what things were doing and like what stop and go and here and exit or whatever and all that was. Amsterdam, you can get around a whole lot easier there with just the English language.
With just the English.
Yeah. And 3 days in, by the time I got there, it's like, man, the weather was like 40, 45.
Yeah.
Except the last day, the day I was supposed to fly back to back this way.
Yeah.
The prettiest weather. If I would have had one full day with that, I would have rented a car, rented a bike, rented a scooter.
Nice.
Really like tried to blend in with people, but everybody there was fucking nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was I cannot stress it enough. For randomness, I had to go back for a couple of days.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, so
That's awesome.
that's the plan.
Yeah, our little globetrotter over here.
I'm getting there.
Yeah,
I'm getting there.
So you said you had a connecting flight in Chicago, right?
Yes.
That's cool.
So
I'm going to have a connecting flight in Chicago coming back from
Milwaukee.
Yeah, beautiful Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yeah. He's over here going to Amsterdam.
Even the beer is old over there.
Fucking Milwaukee.
Classic.
Yeah. I'm going to Milwaukee next week, but not
for work.
For work, not for anything fun.
Unless you make it fun.
Yeah, that's true. You know, after work, I could go find something fun to do.
No
one
has to know you went and saw Guardians by yourself in Milwaukee. Solid company dollar.
Yeah.
Everybody dies. You won't miss anything.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, so it means I got to see it 3 times, right?
I'm 2 in.
Oh, boy. Foul!
So Chicago's your connecting flight.
On my way back, yeah.
How long you got there?
45 minutes. So not enough to get out of the airport.
Ooh,
I'm just going to be in the
airport. Not a lot of breathing room in case your flight gets delayed.
Oh, yeah?
That was the reason my flight got delayed from Chicago coming back.
Yeah.
I had the early morning flight in Chicago. 99% of the time, that plane is going to be there when you get up before the sun gets up. That plane is there. Our plane was there. What wasn't there was one stewardess that for whatever reason did not show up to her shift.
Really?
So they delayed the flight. And in order for it to not pass the 2-hour mark, because after 2 hours, then they have to give up concessions, meals, comps, credits, hotels if it's for the night or whatever. So they wound up getting a chick that showed up early for a Tampa flight, and they redirected her to the Houston flight. So we left like literally with minutes to spare before hitting the 2-hour mark.
Oh, wow.
And so then the Tampa flight got delayed a little bit. I don't know how the fuck it's Tampa.
It's Tampa.
It's Florida. Yeah. So, but yeah, you're cutting it close.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm going from gate 1 to gate 2. Is that bad?
No.
Okay.
You're
45 minutes for my fat ass should be enough from gate 1 to gate 2.
Probably. You're checking any bags, or you just taking backpack?
I'll have like a light bag. I probably don't think I'll have.
But you're carrying it with you. You're not checking it.
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna have a check thing with all my like clothes and stuff, and then backpack with like my laptop and shirt.
Okay. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I double check, make sure that at least that plane is. If it's a connecting flight, make sure that it's gate 1 to gate 2, so you're switching planes. Yeah. So hopefully your checked bag makes it to that next plane.
There's a chance it won't.
There's always a chance it won't. That's why I don't check bags. Spirit, you get that one free backpack, and I roll up all my shit like a baker. It's lick and seal at the ends, so they don't go nowhere. And no problemo so far.
Damn it.
Stuff to consider. You don't necessarily have to check that bag if you like rotate your underwear inside out your underwear, rotate your socks, and maybe go commando a day or two. Flying is a luxury still. It's not a necessity, so take that with a grain of salt.
So anyway, you mood killer.
I call in sick if you need me to go drop you up at the airport or meet you in Chicago for an hour. Yeah, I'll have some Giordano's in hand.
Ooh. What? I mean, if I have time, is there anything in Chicago airport I should know about?
I think there's a Giordano's there.
Okay.
And there's a Hudson News that's connected next to us, some little corner store, some mom and pop corner store that sells Uno personal size deep dish pizzas. Yeah. So you've got options.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
If the pie is what you're looking for, you got deep dish options.
Yeah. That's cool.
Spoken from a true fatty.
Hey.
Yeah.
Papa.
Ab. I got one ab.
One
complete ab and a hernia in the middle.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's get back on topic here, I guess.
We were supposed to be here last week to preview Backlash. Right. Tonight we're here to review Backlash. But there's one thing that's keeping us from diving headfirst in, and I think there's a lot to do. It holds a lot of weight. So I figure we knock it out first.
Okay, I don't know what it is. What?
Thumbs up or thumbs down? The new WWE World Heavyweight Championship belt.
tentatively thumbs up.
Tentatively a thumbs down. Give them your side.
All right. If it's anybody but Cody, thumbs up. If it is Cody, I'm going to feel like it is a consolation prize, like it's number 2. And that's what the story is going to be, that he finished the story with the belt because he couldn't get it off of Roman. And I don't like that. We do need a secondary title. If you're not going to split the 2 in half that Roman has, okay, fine. Just go make another one and have a tournament. Sure. Whatever.
You've already denounced it as secondary because you just said it. There is no such thing as a secondary title. There is a second world title. The way you said secondary is like it's lesser. Not a complaint, and I'm technically not really disagreeing with
Again, if it's anybody but Cody.
Who do you want it to be?
I don't know, but I don't want it to be Cody. Even though I love Cody, I want Cody to see a title. I don't want him to have that title because it'll diminish Cody's reign, and the title itself. If you want this to be prestigious and to be viewed as a second world title, not a secondary title, it needs to be somebody else. Seth, Finn, fucking, I don't know, Omos, whoever, anybody but Cody.
I'll go one step further, and I would say that it shouldn't be anyone that Roman has already defended his title against, because that would still feel like a secondary title, which unfortunately, it's most of the fucking people in that tournament. By DQ, he beat Seth. Mm-hmm. He's already beaten Cody. He's beaten Edge, triple threat at WrestleMania with Bryan Danielson. Has he beaten AJ? No, he never defended against Mysterio.
I wouldn't be surprised if he has fought AJ before, but
I mean, they did when AJ first debuted after Mania. He had a 3-match run with Roman that he never beat him. Then the next month at SummerSlam, he beat John Cena, Match of the Year candidate.
Okay,
might have been a Match of the Year winner. I might need to check my notes.
Okay.
So they've wrestled, but they haven't wrestled in this timeline of the universe, cinematic universe.
Riddle.
Is he wrestling tomorrow? I don't know much of the matches. I just know that there were 2 triple threats on Raw, 2 triple threats on SmackDown. Cody got host.
Priest would have been great.
Mm-hmm.
I think he deserves a little something. He's been doing a whole lot, with Bad Bunny, not only just what we're going to talk about, not only in Puerto Rico this past weekend, but also like last year. So I think he's done a good job, and he's going to need some kudos, and he's got to look, and he might be a little weak on the mic, but I don't think he's the worst on the mic, But yeah, I think
flashes of I wouldn't say greatness, but goodness on the mic.
There's a lot of meat still on that bone, and you know what? Give him a title. Why not?
This isn't a fault, but it shows that he has to work to get heat, as opposed to Rhea, which you can't boo that ass, and Dominic, which you can't let him talk.
Right.
And Finn, who is like a nothing burger, extra cheese now at this point.
Nothing burger. That's the 4th time I have heard that phrase today. Today, nothing burger.
I haven't even talked to 4 people today, and I work at a bank.
I don't know how it happened, but I've heard of that starting in the morning on a meeting that was region wide. The regional manager actually said nothing burger, and then somebody else repeated it, and then Arnold later in the day, I think it was Arnold, was like, "Oh yeah, nothing burger. I'm going to say that again because that's what this was." And now you said it.
Fine, I'll be specific to you and I.
Okay,
it's a fake orgasmatron. You know the dilly.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to
share?
It
has to be someone new.
Do you want to share with the humanoids what an orgasmatron is?
Ah, shit. It's my perverted burgers that I make at home sometimes. Well, I don't even make them technically. So yesterday I had a bunch of credit from Burger King because I got some reviews or whatever. And I had a half day. I had nothing else to do. So I came home and I built a stage 3 orgasmatron burger.
Yes, stages.
Yes. So stage 3 means it's 3 meat patties. So I'll go to Burger King and I'll get a triple Whopper plain. Just the meat and the bread. So that's my base. That's my foundation. So it's bottom bun, fries from McDonald's, meat, chicken nuggets, meat, onion rings, meat. I went with flaming hot Funyuns. A dab of A1.
A1.
Top bun. Crush it because I got lockjaw, wouldn't have fit. 14 bites. Dunzo.
So
Dunzo.
There's
There's photos to prove it.
You have to go to Burger King and McDonald's.
Yes. Sometimes I'll switch it up. I'll go to Jack in the Box and get curly fries.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have to have A1 here, or you got to go run out and get A1. And you have to have Funyuns either here, or you got to go out and get Funyuns. So possibly this is 4 separate transactions for one fucking burger.
Yes.
The Orgasmatron.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I come every time. Keep coming for more.
And I'm the fat one. What the fuck? Life is cruel and not fair, kids.
No diabetes whatsoever. Wait, this is plywood. That's better. No, that's
wood enough.
Sure, that's wood enough. Priest. We're talking about Priest.
Right? Oh, Damian Priest.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think the announcement of the title has already had negative effects.
Okay.
Coupled with other things, I think this might have been the extra weight on the scale for me to not care as much about the Bloodline storyline as I did before WrestleMania.
Wow. Okay.
I'm on the high minority here, apparently. That belt looks atrocious.
I think you're wrong.
It looks
I don't
awful.
think it looks atrocious. I think it looks good.
It looks awful.
I don't think it's spectacular, but I think it looks good.
If you wanted 2 belts, just separate the belts and make Roman defend each of them individually.
Yeah.
We had Kurt Angle in one pay-per-view defend X Division, tag, and heavyweight title in the same night.
Yeah.
And the fucker pulled it off.
Yeah.
It can be done. It's been shown to exist.
Yeah.
You know, it's I think I'm not the biggest fan, and this is the other thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. This isn't anything against the fans there, but I do find it very shitty that this is just another exclusive that Saudi Arabia gets.
Okay.
It's like that
could be fair.
I feel like that might have played a hand in, well, Roman might not be there because he's on a limited schedule. We need to have something to give them. They're paying us all this money. We have to give them something that they feel is worthwhile. And they're like, I can't understand why they keep asking for holograms of Yokozuna and Randy Savage and Eddie Guerrero when they've been fucking dead. We have to give them something. And so, oh, what a coincidence. A new title that the championship will be crowned at fucking Night of Champions, which was supposed to be king and queen of the ring, but we can't have queens out in Saudi Arabia because the equality ain't still there, and it probably ain't ever gonna be there because the goalpost gonna keep moving.
I knew it was too good to be true.
Muhammad Bill Salman's got something somewhere. He's gonna keep pushing that goalpost to be like,
Hold on a minute, please. Yeah,
I tell them what Muhammad bin Salman is.
I have no idea.
Prince of Saud.
Oh, okay, that guy.
His dad's still the king,
prince.
but he's the one that does a lot of strings and does a lot of changes. He's brought some decent stuff to his defense, but it's like putting Band-Aids on a fucking gunshot, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's just, Saudi. Fuck. You know?
Yeah, that's the reaction every time another Saudi show is announced, you know?
Yeah. What special thing they're getting now? Are they getting an 80-man Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Are they getting another tournament with a nice trophy of a mountain of something from a faraway galaxy? Or giving? Well, what are we doing? You know? It's like fuck. Just timing of everything just feels weird.
Yeah.
Like, why do this now? Like, Roman was not defeated, so instead of giving more challengers to him, we're gonna just say, well, apparently he's not defending the belt.
Yeah. So
why don't you just strip him of the belt then? You've done it before.
I think it's more of not like I think it's more of well, he's so unbeatable and nobody beat him before we decided we're really going to separate the brands.
But he hasn't defended against everyone.
Yeah.
And you and I are a part of a very loud minority.
Yeah.
That WWE doesn't necessarily cater to.
Yeah.
So I'm sure little kids and teens around the world are like,
I mean, there's always been a lot of does the man make the title or does the title make the man debate in wrestling? And there was an interesting question that Lance Storm posed on Twitter, which is this title completely new and there's no lineage, or are we revamping the world heavyweight title,
or basically the WWE title?
Yeah,
that lineage has never gone away.
Yeah, so is this one of those, or is it completely new? And I don't think we ever really got the answer for that. I would assume that it is a new title, no lineage. If it's new title, no lineage, then whoever is the first, they need to do a damn fucking good job of being the first.
Seth?
You know what? It can be Seth. I can see that happen. Seth has been trusted to, be over enough and to have a world title. So sure, why not? Like I said, I wish that it would be somebody like Priest, take a chance on a new kid. But I don't know if they're going to do that with a title like this. Like all that shit that I just said a moment ago about, you got to do a really good job. Do you really want to take a chance on an unknown? The last time WWE took a chance on a big world title on an unknown was Finn. And Finn
a cup of coffee.
Yeah, Finn got hurt, and Finn has never been the same since. And part of that, I think, isn't necessarily his fault. It's that, we can't trust him, right? He's really over his main event, but he's not going to be the guy. He's going to be a gatekeeper between upper mid-card and the main event. Mm-hmm. And he languishes a little bit, and he's going to eventually be Zigglered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Backlash.
All right. Let's talk about Backlash. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Oh. You're there in the middle?
Well, I didn't even say I was going to thumb up or thumb down yet. You were already up.
I'm always up.
Hey! Papa! Thumbs up or thumbs down of them traveling to other places.
Fuck yeah! I've been bitching about that for the last 5 years.
Right.
There's no world in World Wrestling Entertainment until now. We've had Clash of the Castle, Wales, Elimination Chamber at Montreal, which might not seem like a big deal, but they haven't had a pay-per-view in Canada in eons. Yeah. Since Unforgiven, Edge Cena, TLC, maybe?
Something like that. I don't remember that shit.
La pinche raza en San Juan, man.
Yeah, dude.
La pues.
So now hold on.
They gave.
My question was them traveling, period. Because yes, Montreal was great. Yeah, San Juan, Puerto Rico was fucking awesome. Yeah, Clash at the Castle in Wales was great. But we just got done bitching about Saudi. What happens if they decide to, let's just go to North Korea, right? Let's just go to like some other very controversial place, right? Let's go to Venezuela, right? What if they start traveling to some of these more unsavory places in the global community? How would you feel about that?
I think you made the argument in the very beginning when Mansoor won that battle royal that everybody lost their shit and threw babies in the air over. It's one thing that we could bitch about the government, but it isn't fair to the actual populace and the fans, and depending on Cuba, the prisoners that live in the island. They deserve a good show.
Yeah.
We could do both.
Yeah.
Happy for the kids, mad at the politicians.
Yeah. I'm mad at Vince for taking the dirty money, right? Because I think that's part of
restructuring agreement. Vince is no longer in charge. There's a new person to bitch.
Oh, Triple H?
The president of Endeavor.
The
president of Endeavor, who's above all the motherfuckers on WWE and UFC. There's a new head bitch.
Okay.
He deserves our ire. We need to learn his name. and
We
see
need to
what he
learn
looks
his name.
like. See what he looks like. Flood the black internet with all the information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whomever it is, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's going to be the hard part because, you know, I want to knee-jerk reaction say, oh, man, I don't want to support WWE going to Saudi, so I'm just not going to tune in. But they already got the Saudi money. My little, you know, let's say,
$5.
well, $5. If I cancel for that whole month, is a drop in the bucket, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's really going to matter, but I do think wrestling traveling the world consistently for something that calls themselves world wrestling, you know, it's good. It's good for wrestling, you know. If anything, it's good for, you know, like I said, the people. I think some of the Saudi people, you said it for me because I said it a long time ago. Some of the Saudi people are basically exposing themselves to a different type of art form from another side of the world that they're not siloed in, which I think is really great. You know, yeah, their government is shit, but sometimes maybe they don't agree with the government, and this is their little step into maybe, let me see what American culture is like.
Not to mention, it's a new territory overall. So fans of professional wrestling, it's kind of like different religions. It's entertainment in the U.S. It's religion in Mexico. It's a sport in Japan. It's a sport in the United Kingdom. It's fucking heritage in Canada. How is the Saudi version or that country's version of wrestling turn into? And it could be something completely different that no one's ever seen before. And they can make their own style and their own flavor that people like us will actually, at some point in time, if it's possible, will go to them to see their version of wrestling. Just like the Cholas wrestling in Venezuela or Bolivia, that they have the girls wrestling the guys on the dresses and stuff.
Yeah, they're in the ballet folklorico.
Yeah, there's all kinds of different fucking wrestling out there. And Saudi's got a chance, or their territory's got a chance to make their own, whatever that is. Bollywood, I guess. Yeah. Style of wrestling, whatever that would be. So it's,
well, that would be more India, but I get what you mean.
Yeah. Where do they go next? You would think Japan to give Shin and Io. How is Io over as she was around a bunch of Mexicans?
So, yeah, I did find that to be. I want to answer your question. Where do they go next? This sounds like, but I really think that this would be really cool if they went to somewhere in Mexico besides Tijuana or Mexico City. Go somewhere else.
Plaza de Toros in Monterrey.
Monterrey, Guanajuato, somewhere. Go somewhere that, you know.
Potosí, San Luis Potosí.
San Luis. Yeah, dude. Go somewhere where you can find a big enough arena and just
enough security.
Yes.
Because the Zetas don't fuck around down there, man. There's NSCP and then there's people that'll kill you.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't care, right? But find a place, you know, maybe fucking Puerto Vallarta or something, you know, something like that. Find a place besides one of those two, and man, you're gonna have a crowd
those crowds
they're gonna go wild, right? And the reason why I say they shouldn't do Tijuana or Mexico is because, Mexico City, is because not to shade or hate on them, but it seems like too obvious of the choice, right? And it's almost cliche, and it's almost like, you're not breaking a new market, you're not turning heads, you're not like, wait, what? Where did they go? You know, but you still are in fucking Mexico, so you know that you're gonna have a lot of people that are gonna be like, "This is a once in a lifetime thing, mijo. Let's go." Yeah, you know.
Rey Mysterio's last match against his son in a steel cage, mask versus hair. Oh, the Mexicans will eat that shit up.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Main event that in front of that audience
and retire Rey, pass the torch to Dom. Fuck, dude.
I just booked that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah. That'd be great, dude. That'd be great.
Put Bailey's ass in the opening match.
All right.
Belt's not doing me any favors. The traveling is good. I'm assuming at some point they'll want to give Nakamura and Io and a couple other people in there some love in Japan. I would say the Tokyo Dome is too obvious, and I doubt they'll even sell it out, let alone fill it to a decent capacity to make it worth it. They did Beast in the East. They did Beast in the East years ago at Kurukin Hall. Hall? And they sold it out within minutes, and it was lit, and that's most of the New Japan shows are in that arena.
Yeah,
and it felt out of place in a good way because it's like seeing Ned Flanders in Family Guy. Like you don't expect to see that.
Yeah,
you know. So seeing WWE wrestlers in that arena it was different, and it just takes your attention.
Mm-hmm. Have a homecoming with Nakamura in Osaka.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Speaking of worldwide, AEW is up to 70,000 tickets in 1 week for Wembley without a match.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. There's rumors of big things that are happening next week with AEW.
Yeah.
And the rumor on the top, they've axed Light and Dark.
Right.
So the rumor is that they signed a new exclusivity deal with Warner Brothers Discovery.
Okay.
That everything will be airing on their networks only, including the app. And that the first big show on the app is the All Out show in Wembley.
Oh, okay.
So you got 95 million people that have HBO Max. That are just on that click is like, wait, what is this? Whoa, that looks like something WWE would do, but that doesn't have those letters on it. What is this? And they see Omega, they see Moxley, they see possibly CM Punk.
Yeah.
And okay, brings more eyeballs to the product. Maybe they see something the next week or on Dynamite. You know, that's big.
So let me ask you this, because you mentioned Wembley, you mentioned the 70,000 without even having a match, right? Who's going to win that arms race? WWE or AEW?
Oh, this isn't an arms race.
No?
Oh, no.
No?
No.
This
is like comparing McDonald's to Steak and Shake. McDonald's is known fucking worldwide.
Right.
I learned to count by counting fries at McDonald's when I was a kid. My mom used to tell me this story.
And I'm the fat one.
Yeah.
God damn.
I might as well just get the golden arches tattooed like right on my crack, like over it, you know, like a dam.
What's the W?
It means wet. As in you gon' be. Yeah, how about that? Steak and Shake is still like there is no arms race.
Okay.
And I would like to think, or I would hope that Tony Khan remembers that, because I think he started off a bit too fast.
Okay.
It's like just because WWE has fucking 95 hours of television a week, they've been around for fucking ever.
Yeah.
They've built that mountain that they're gonna probably die jumping off of, or somebody pushes them. But there's no reason for AEW to have an hour and a half on Monday, 2 hours on Tuesday, 2 hours on Wednesday. 2 hours for Ring of Honor on Thursday, 1 hour on Friday, and then 4 hours, 5 hours for pay-per-view.
Yeah.
If there's a pay-per-view that season. You didn't have to do all that. You know, I get the business side of it. If Tony Khan is getting paid $500,000 for every hour of AEW programming on television, that's over $2.5 million a week.
Yeah.
That Tony Khan is getting.
Yeah.
If I put my banker uniform on, I get it. I fucking get it.
But I mean, if you're putting your product on the road that much more, what is your cost
on the air that much more?
Okay.
If they never do a house show and all they do is put their stuff on the air, I still feel like that's oversaturation of the product.
Okay.
Of course, that changed a bit after yesterday. Did you catch any of Dynamite yesterday?
I did not watch Dynamite yesterday because I was a little bit too busy with a little something else. I had UPW Newswire recorded last night, and that got uploaded. Video. Yeah. So I missed Dynamite because of that.
Got you.
Yeah.
Miro returned.
Yeah.
Thunder Rosa returned.
Yeah. I got three. Well, not spoilers, because I asked Portia to tell me what happened. And she said, Miro, Thunder Rosa, they both returned. And Callis turned on Omega. Yeah. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Okay. Miro returned and went right into Tony Khan's office.
Right.
Thunder Rosa returned, went right into Tony Khan's office.
Okay.
And then after about the 9 o'clock hour, Tony Khan announced that there's going to be a huge announcement next week on TNT.
Okay.
And that following that announcement, there would be something major announced on fucking Dynamite on TBS next Wednesday.
So whatever it is, it has something to do with Miro?
There are a lot of wrestlers that are looking for competition, which is why how
Okay.
Miro and Thunder Rosa ended up on there.
Okay.
So I think we've mentioned this. AEW Collision
Okay.
is a new show that's rumored to be announced next week. That's a live show on Saturday nights. So,
For all you losers that can't get a date on Saturday night.
or your date's that much a loser.
Right. Yeah.
Well, dates. I'm not. So, two's always better than one. So, on Wednesdays, if you go live to watch Dynamite on Wednesday, you watch Dynamite live and you watch Rampage being taped for Friday. If you go to AEW on Saturday for Collision, you get to watch the tape. You get to be a crowd. You be a part of the crowd for the taped episode of Ring of Honor.
Oh.
And then you watch Collision live, and then you get to fuck out and go home.
Okay.
So that's the plan. And apparently that's where they're going to try to separate the rosters to where the people that blow Tony Khan and the people that know what wrestling is. Those two groups, and they just make money however they want to make money.
You sure that's not a Venn diagram?
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends who you ask.
Yeah, I mean.
Depends who you ask. You know, Scott and Travis listen to a lot of Jim Cornette. So yeah. But so that's the main part of
I don't care how many times you call them pockets, I still like them.
I like pockets.
Yeah.
A lot of useful things for pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah. You put a hole in it and you can get that much easier access, you know? So Randy, take notes. So I see it, but damn, that's gonna water down your program a lot. And again, that's Saturday. Fuck. I think the easiest thing for me, I don't have it right now. I'd spend $20 a month on HBO Max if I were to get the AW shows the next day.
You don't already have HWO Max?
It's HBO,
HBO.
Max, and
What
as
the
of
fuck?
last week, it's Max.
Max.
That's it.
Just Max.
Just Max.
Just Max.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have it yet.
You
I
don't
will if AW within 24 hours.
I have it.
I got it.
I already have
Especially if it's the fucking Fight TV feed that you don't have the commercials and it just runs through.
Yeah,
That's why I've been watching it on the internet still, because I'm
Yeah.
able to find that feed where I could watch it commercial free where most of the matches.
Yar.
Yeah. With my Long John Silver hush puppies.
Yes.
Yeah. So good shit for AW. 70,000 tickets. I'm gonna just lay it out there. I'm not going. It's too soon.
Oh, you're not going to Wembley.
Raspberries.
Oh.
Too soon. As a matter of fact, I had no idea until earlier in the week last week that I was going to be off on Saturday. If I'd have known 3 weeks in advance, I would have been up there in fucking Puerto Rico again for Backlash.
Yeah. Because you don't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico.
No, you don't.
It's not a foreign country.
And 2023, they're a lot more lax on the COVID stuff. They had I can still remember. I thought it wasn't a fucking horror movie. I got off the plane and going through the terminal to get out, and we had to check in our shit because you had to check in online on the Puerto Rico website and upload a picture of your fucking vaccination so that they'll let you in. There are people in fucking yellow hazmat suits. I'm like, I didn't realize fucking this is a video game. That's what I thought. I was like, oh, this is fucking weird. Very weird.
Yeah.
And then once they let you out the airport, it's like free as a daisy and go get sick and die or whatever.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, people get stabbed and shit all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah, fucking American. But
They're technically Americans too.
you ask them. They aren't treated like them.
Yeah. True.
Some places are still without power there.
Still?
You know how long it's been since that hurricane
2
hit?
years?
Yeah, 2 years. Because I went like 6 months after. And my place didn't have air conditioning. I had to crack the window open.
Wow. Jeez.
That shit was crazy. But yeah, San Juan. Backlash.
Yeah.
Your biggest thought after the pay-per-view ended? Because I have one.
My biggest thought is something we kind of already talked about. God damn, WWE needs to get out of their own way and get out of their own
crowd.
Yeah, they need to do this more. They need to go to Puerto Rico more. They need to go to other countries more. They need to go to places where they haven't been, where they don't technically go. Fuck it, Des Moines, Iowa.
Where they haven't worn out their welcome.
Yeah, you know, you keep going to fucking these places that like aren't.
You go to Madison Square Garden 3 times a year and you only get 10,000 people. Why?
Yeah.
Probably because you have 12 other events within a 50-mile radius.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So like start going to more special places and cut out the bullshit. Basically.
Yeah. Speaking of COVID,
I know, right?
I got fresh sick time this year, man. Give it to me.
Yeah,
I
just swallowed my spit. You want me to spit in your mouth? I mean, maybe that'll do it.
That'll be the first time this week.
Okay.
Salted. My first thought was that pay-per-view had no right to be as good as it was.
Fair.
Because that half of that felt like a Monday Night Raw on paper.
Okay.
And then seeing it, a crowd can make a huge fucking difference.
Yeah.
Huge difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
ECW One Night Stand number 2
Mm-hmm.
had some pretty weak matches on there.
Mm-hmm.
But goddamn, that crowd either ate it up or shat all over it. But the fact that they shat all over it made it even better because it's that crowd of special people that would warrant that kind of reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking... I'm going to just go up there and say it. We teased this conversation. We foreplayed this conversation on our chat this week. For WWE, my match of the week is Bianca Belair versus Io Sky, and I am willing to make it more. And there is competition as far as making it more. But before I go any further, the match ends, opening match of the night, the crowd's at its hottest. What did you think of Bianca versus Io?
I said, banger. God damn.
Which one?
That one. The opening match.
Yeah, which one would you bang? You said bang her.
No, I thought...
Because obviously Io's Asian. If you go after Io, you're still going to be hungry for more. So you'll want to go with...
I thought that... It's funny because you said a phrase that I wanted to say about this match, but you said it about the whole night. The whole night had no business being as good as it was. That match had no business being as good as it fucking was, but god damn, it was so fucking good, dude. That match was fucking great, man. And that was my first thought. I was like, that's a banger. And I was like, fuck, the rest of the show is downhill from here, but fuck, that was good. And I thought, that's my match of the week. Hell, that may have been the best ladies match I've seen all year. You know what? This might even be more than the match of the week.
We had this conversation.
Yeah.
Big meaty men slapping meat is always going to be fun for us fatties.
Yeah.
And we kind of already knew what we were going to get because we had the appetizer on our list last year with Gunther and Sheamus.
Yeah.
So adding Drew to it would have only made it better, like bacon.
Right.
So we knew it was going to be as good. So what holds more weight? The fact that we knew it was going to be good and it over-delivered, or the fact that we didn't expect it to be as good and even more so eclipsed over-delivering? That's what it did for me. Like, I see both of them in a completely different light now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If you put a gun to my head and you don't take in expectations into account, you put a gun to my head and say which match is a better match out of those two, I go with the ladies match. In a vacuum, without knowing the story and going in and coming out of it, I'd say the ladies match.
Arnold said it himself best. That's the EO we've been waiting for since SummerSlam.
Yes. That too. Again, in a vacuum, like if this was my first time watching WWE in like 2 years, and I just remember that Io was a contender on NXT.
Champion.
Yeah. That's what I mean. If she was, if I just knew she was hot shit on NXT and like, oh, okay, fast forward 2 years, like I was living under a rock. Hey, Io, fuck yeah. Oh, Bianca Belair. Oh, they're on the main roster. Oh, they're fighting for the... Okay, cool. I want to watch this match. And hearing the crowd reaction, I would have thought during that time period from 2 years ago till now, I would have thought that this entire time, Io was a main event player.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now we know better that she wasn't. She hasn't been a main event player. She's been in Bailey's shadow, and Bailey has been kind of flirting with main event, but not really. So all of damage control wasn't really, main eventy. They're going after the women's tag titles, which isn't as prestigious, and like, okay, they've been kind of like floating on the bubble here and there, right?
Yeah.
But no, not that match.
Yeah.
Fuck, that match was so good. It was enough to turn my perception of what EO could be. And my only hope is that they capitalize on it and take them out of gaming control and actually have EO break off and do their own thing or do her own thing, So at the end of the year, I'd hate to be arguing against this match because it was just a flash in the pan. I don't believe in EO going in. I believed in EO coming out, but only for like 2 or 3 weeks because WWE didn't do anything with her, And I really would hate if that was the case, right? So that's why I'm just a wee bit hesitant, and I'm already seeing what my argument would be at the end of the year.
Unless they do capitalize on it.
Right. If they do, then fuck yeah. Yeah. Boom. This is the best WWE match I've seen all year.
But even then, you have to keep that perspective in mind for the other match.
Okay.
Drew's either hurt or they're sitting him out because he doesn't want to renew his contract. Sheamus is back with the Brawling Brutes doing not main event stuff or not stuff at the level that you would think Sheamus would be at after Clash at the Castle and WrestleMania. And Gunther's on Raw, so he's basically starting from scratch. So that might not hold as much water as what you think the repercussions of the women's match would be 6 months from now either. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Does Io and Bianca dethrone the triple threat match from WrestleMania Night 2 and become our newest match of the year representative for WWE?
All right.
1, 2, 3, papi.
Thumbs up, baby.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Thumbs up. Arnold in the live chat says thumbs up.
That's our third.
That's our third. Wow. We have a new.
Hector was raving about it also.
Yeah.
So that's probably our fourth. So
we have a new match of the week pick. Or excuse me, match of the year
candidate.
Candidate. Yeah. What the fuck am I saying? I'm so excited. All right.
You know what the best part is about this that I don't think either of us have really focused on yet?
What's that?
Is that this isn't a fucking WWE World Heavyweight title. This is not a participation award. We're not giving them extra roses because they're women. That topic wasn't even mentioned in this whole debate. All we talked about was that fucking match was better than this fucking match. And it had nothing to do with who or what, man, woman, anywhere in the middle, both or nothing.
And this is where I want it to be when Give Divas a Chance first happened. Because I fucking knew that, the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. Oh, it's going to be a big deal, but it kind of sucks. But it was the first ever Women's Hell in a Cell. Oh my God, it's the first ever Women's Hell in a Cell, but it kind of fucking sucked. Oh, first ever
Money in the Bank.
Women's Money in the Bank. Oh my God. Yeah, man, it fucking sucked. Like I want it to get to the point where we're not like, oh, yay, the women did something to, well, this is legitimately a badass fucking match. I don't care if it's the girls or guys or whatever, right? So, yeah, and that's where we are with this fucking match. What is it? 3-4 years after Give Divas a Chance or Give Women a Chance or whatever it was? 6? Get the fuck out of here. Seriously?
Keep in mind,
God damn,
the Bellas were still active on the main roster when all that started.
Yeah.
So it's at least 6 years. And we've been doing this for 10 years. We've been doing this for over 10 years. So it has to be at least 6 or 7 years when that actually began.
Wow.
Before
Jesus.
We finally ended up to this moment that we can encapsulate in time.
Yeah.
That we chose a women's match, a damn good women's match over a damn good men's match on criteria alone.
Which that could have happened back at, 2016? With
17.
Bailey versus Sasha. And the fucking casket match.
And it isn't even just that.
Yeah, the casket match.
They did so good that we couldn't choose from 2 of their matches.
Yeah.
So it's not so much they didn't get the flowers. We overshowered them with it because we had 2 to choose from.
Yeah.
That was like an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah.
That year.
But then we still, because me and you, we were fucking Lucha Underground marks. We went with the fucking...
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
You remember that shit?
Yeah, that was really good.
I missed the good Lucha Underground.
Travis disagreed, and he wanted to go with Bailey Sasha, but we went with the
Mexicans.
The Mexicans.
The
Yes.
Mexicans overran him.
Yeah.
Whew. But that's not all.
That's not all. That was just the start of the night, folks. Whoo, man.
What happened next?
What was the next match? I forget the order a little bit. I know which match I want to talk about next, but it may not
Go
be.
for it.
Okay. Rhea versus Zelina. Man, it was not as good as the other women's match that we just talked about. Totally understand, right?
Most of us have to die before we reach the heavens.
Right. But it was really, really good because, again, you shoved me in a corner for 3 years, and what's a Zelina Vega? I don't know. You sit me down in front of this, and I would have thought she was a big fucking deal.
Mm-hmm.
She's, homecoming, coming back to Puerto Rico. She has the beautiful fucking flag and outfit. And, she's out there fucking crying because her home fucking people, homeland is just fucking cheering their asses off for her. Fuck. And then you have Rhea coming in as this heel that is so over as a heel. She's getting booed out of the arena. Again, if I didn't know any better, I would have thought, well, goddamn, Zelina's been a big fucking deal. And goddamn, pal, we need to get this belt off of Rhea Ripley because she's
now.
Goddamn. But I know that's not true because I've been watching over the last 3-4 years, whatever. And it's kind of the same thing with Io as with Zelina, where it's like, if coming out of this, we're like, oh fuck, you know what? We have something here. Let's really, kind of go full on with the fucking Zelina thing and her being the LWO, and now the LWO is a bigger deal. I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself, but like, man, let's really try to grab that share of the market. Why do you keep looking in your beer like that? Is there a bug in there or something?
Possibly. Protein.
Oh, God.
Keep going.
But yeah, if this came out later that, this is a launching pad for Zelina, hell yeah, I fucks with that. But if it was just a one-time home territory, hometown thing, that'd be a little disappointing, but it was still,
she got a moment.
It was still fun for what it fucking was, man.
Yeah.
And it was enough that it made me suspend my disbelief that Rhea might actually lose it here.
I have a hot take.
Give me your hot take.
I just hope you understand, even though you might not agree with it.
Okay.
There was one moment in the match that encapsulated was fucking awesome.
Uh-huh.
But as it went on, kind of killed it for me.
Oh?
In the beginning, when Zelina went out to her mom and got the chancla.
You didn't like the chancla?
In the moment, I fucking loved it.
Okay.
Because I've been whooped by a many.
Yeah, I bet.
But objectively, as a professional wrestling match, possibly the one heavyweight title match that she'll ever get, and she thinks throwing a rubber slipper at someone twice her size is going to really do anything. That completely took me out. The more the match went on, and it didn't go on that long.
Okay.
But the more it went on, but it gave me an idea.
Okay.
Because Puerto Ricans like to come up with shit. What would have been perfect for that was if Rhea was beating up Zelina in ringside in front of her mom, and her mom took it off and threatened to hit her with it. And then all the women took off their chancla and started like taunting her with it. Like, have that be the thing where if you're in Mexico and that's a weapon, that's what you use to taunt the opponent. Okay. That would have given a whole new life. That would have been the equivalent of John Cena's t-shirt being thrown by the audience every time at One Night Stand ECW. That's completely different, unique to them, and something you would never forget. I will probably never forget that moment anyway. That she
Okay.
pulled out the chancla, and Michael Cole referenced the chancla
Yeah.
and its heritage to the Hispanic audience.
Yeah.
I get that. It's fucking cool.
Yeah.
But you could have done something different to actually make it mean more without taking away from the match. Hell, Zelina could sell her own chancla with her face on it.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
And you'd see it at every show where they're trying to like help the little bitty underdog that's 4'2" and 80 pounds soaking wet because you got your chancla and everybody's waving it at her. And at some point, the hardcore match, everyone throws it in the ring.
Yes.
That's when you do it.
Yeah.
In the moment, from what I saw, I was like, oh, nice. Oh, no. Oh.
Arnold has a point in the live chat. Arnold says this.
Correct me.
Have you ever seen how stupid the 5-knuckle shuffle or the people's elbow are? And they've won championships. You're complaining about chancla. Okay. That's a good-ish argument. Good-ish. A little weak. But
apples and oranges is still fruit.
I get what he's saying because those were actual moves and the chancla was a cutesy gimmick, right? Here's where I didn't like the chancla, but it's different than your reason.
Okay.
The referee was standing right there. Rhea was in the ring. She was out ringside. And she threw it right at Rhea. The ref standing right there in plain view. Technically,
that's a foreign object.
That should have been a DQ.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with the ref letting it go because
it's a title match in her hometown.
It's a title match in her hometown. And the chancla
and it's a fucking rubber.
Diddly squat.
Yeah.
Right? Now, for those of you that may not know, which I don't think that there's very many people here that are watching this show that don't know, the chancla as a thrown weapon, not that effective. But the chancla,
infinity chancla.
But the chancla as a melee weapon, holy fuck, dude. So if it had been used by either the mom, like how you said, or by Zelina
spanking her in the ring with
my god.
Woo!
You do
that would have been a gift that would go to my grave.
You do not want to get hit with the chancla as a melee weapon, not a ranged weapon. Now, yes, the flying chancla is a thing. It's funny because there's some grandmas that are good enough that they can actually
blindly like dart between rooms
that it actually inflict damage.
Almost teleports.
Right? But it takes years of training and skill to use a chancla that effectively.
And someone that stupid that you have to hit that hard.
Yeah. So, okay. I'm still okay with it. Yeah. But I see your
I'll
point.
lighten up as it goes on because I'm going to keep watching that clip.
Yeah. I'd much rather mommy have gotten spanked by the chancla. That's all I'm saying.
At least I've got a couple hands
behind the ref's back, and I get it. You know, she's the
or
face.
the ref can count. Uno, dos, ocho. Yeah. So I mentioned this earlier. I'll go ahead and we'll wrap it up or continue it and then eventually wrap it up.
We're only 2 matches in, bro.
I don't want to talk about the placement yet, but I do think that the storyline has been watered down significantly with the bloodline.
Yes,
like I'm not as invested. There's a lot of things that have happened between WrestleMania and now that have kind of shooken the foundation for me a bit. Not interested in the Usos as much, if not at all. But Solo's probably going to be the one diamond that comes out of all this pressure.
Yeah,
because he's looking good.
Is it a lack of Roman on TV? That's.
There's been a lack. Well, so here's the thing: for the lack of Roman on TV, it was supplemented and at times done even better with Sami Zayn as the replacement. There isn't that now in the bloodline besides Roman to keep you sports entertained in between the Roman appearances.
Okay. Could
Solo be it? Hopefully, if he starts actually, and this isn't a negative, if he actually starts talking, he's good for muscle to just stand there and look threatening.
And so you can see his actual motivations because we don't know what his motivations are right now other than Roman told me to.
Yeah.
Right? Like, does he really think that Roman needs to discipline the Usos?
There's still a little bit there for you to feast on, because with the draft that just happened,
Solo was actually good on the mic in NXT. That's what Arnold says.
Towards the end, he didn't talk that much in the beginning.
I never watched him in NXT.
I did.
Yeah,
he had a decent little feud with Zion Quinn towards the end.
Okay.
There's still some stuff they can play off of. I don't think it's just a coincidence that Roman, Solo, and Heyman got drafted, but the bloodline as a whole did not get drafted.
Right.
The Usos had been drafted way later. So you can have the Usos gripe of, what happened, Us? Why didn't you just guarantee us like you guaranteed Solo?
And that didn't happen
Yet.
Yes.
Solo threatening to turn on one of the Usos. Draft's been 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Less than 2 weeks.
I don't know. Like,
and the draft happened
the way
too
that
soon.
the Usos have been playing oblivious, I don't like it, because I feel like they're playing oblivious. I don't think they actually are oblivious, right? And I think that the Usos are smarter than what they're booking them to be. Like, they're trying to book them to be the ones that, like, oh man, I never saw it coming, when we saw it coming a mile away a month ago, right? That's
pro wrestling in general, and I think their attempt of not seeing it from a mile away was them not giving Cody the belt, to be like, we got you, okay, so follow it up to keep us.
Yeah,
and I don't think they have yet.
Yeah,
like, I think there was a lot of missed opportunity in that 1 week that Solo showed up into the bloodline as NXT North American champ. Everyone in that group had gold, even them. So if this leads to Solo beating Austin Theory and taking the title, so, you know, if you're in the bloodline, you got to have gold. Usos, where y'all gold at?
Yeah.
Solo got one. I got two. And I got so many for so long, they tried to take it from me.
Yeah. I had so many for so long that they had to make another belt.
Yeah, I noticed it's there. I might have to go get that.
Yeah.
I'm blind. I think it looks pretty.
Yeah.
So it could. But as of now, like, if Triple H's whole thesis was the story has yet to be completely told, there has to be books where not every chapter is solid gold.
Yeah.
And this might just be fucking Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
Season. Wait till we hit the third one. Player.
Season 2 of Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half of the Transformers movies from Michael Bay.
Yeah,
the middle half.
Yeah. Season 12 on up of The Simpsons.
13.
13? Okay.
13.
Yeah, 13 on up.
Last couple of years has been coming up.
Okay.
But at some point they got to grow or die or just kill it. You know, they've had a good run. I'm not going to complain if they stop at season 48. Oh my God, they didn't go to 100. What the fuck? What am I? You know?
Yeah.
Simpsons. Ugh. You can say that about half of Family Guy after the third cancellation.
They're all the Family Guy.
What?
I'm not a Family Guy guy.
Okay.
I'm a Futurama guy.
The 4 movies that comprised a season of Futurama in between the cancellations, the comeback was better on Comedy Central.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. So we talked about the bloodline and how much the shine has waned from the storyline of the bloodline. But what actually happened in Puerto Rico?
I'm more excited for fucking the tease that they already gave us. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn against Imperium.
Yeah.
On paper, that tag match would be lit.
You know what? Okay, I'm sorry. We're not done bitching about the storyline. I feel like Sammy got that ejaculation that was just a half ejaculation, but now you're done. And it's like, oh man, I didn't get the full out, you know? It's got the you stopped in the middle of it.
The table's in the way. Stand up.
Yeah. I think that's what he got, because he hasn't dismantled the bloodline. Yeah, he won the titles with Kevin, which is cool, at Mania. But the
main event.
main event, but the bloodline is still there, and they're slowly kind of maybe gonna break up, but it has nothing to do directly with what Sammy did. Maybe indirectly, yeah. Sammy stirring the pot, it keeps going and whispering over Jimmy and Jay's ear, "Hey man, you really think Roman's gonna, which is cool, but it's not like he's actually taking action, and it feels a little like his part of it was already done, and he's got to go ahead and move on to now Imperium."
So let me ask you this.
Right? So that nut was only half busted. A half bust nut is almost a none but nut bust at all.
It's been almost 3 months.
Okay.
With the benefit of 15-20, would you have given Sami Zayn the belt at Elimination Chamber in Montreal? Look where we're at now. Would it have been better if Zayn still had a higher profile in this?
And then Mania would have been a rematch? Man, I don't know.
I think Mania was the deadline to do something with the titles.
Yeah.
And the fact that now they're pretty much giving Roman the green light to surpass 1,000 days.
Yeah.
It almost feels trivial at this point. The whole title situation in general with any of the main event titles.
If that's really what they're going to do, you know what this is going to kind of feel like? The NBA Finals of the last, half a decade or last decade, where it's like, all right, I'm not going to watch until Game 7. And Game 7 in this scenario is 2028. How long does it take for Roman to get to 1,000 wins or 1,000 years as champ or whatever the fuck it is? 2028, 2025? I don't know. I can't math, but goddamn, it feels like it's going to be forever from now. So it's like, yeah, wake me up when September ends and when Roman, it actually hits 1,000 and he might actually lose.
I kind of feel bad. He overcame cancer.
God damn it. Fucking Chris.
Somebody out there, as fucked up as I am, is thinking that joke's for them. Just a joke, by the way.
God damn it, Chris.
What will beat him? Full-blown AIDS?
God damn it, Chris. The views and thoughts of Christopher Mariel do not necessarily reflect those of Houston Wrestling Radio.
Will you even care if The Rock returns to beat him? Will you even care if Roman beats The Rock if The Rock returns to attempt to beat him? Like, at this point, who's out there that you'll be like, oh, fuck. Yeah, I get it.
You're going to need to just make a new monster.
They have been.
Okay, who?
Gunther,
okay.
Imperial versus the Bloodline.
Okay. Maybe even further down the line, Bronson Reed. Maybe further down the line, Steiner's kid.
Braun Breaker?
Yeah, Braun Breaker.
Ooh. Woo. Okay, let's play this game.
Okay.
Bloodline is at least 4 people.
Okay.
Who's Bronson's backup? I mean, who's Braun Breaker's backup?
I don't know, man.
You wouldn't do Sammy and Kevin again because they have nothing to prove. They've already got the tag titles. They've beaten the Bloodline.
Hey, man, see, that's the thing, though. You said they've beaten the Bloodline, but no, they haven't. They beat the Usos.
And
right?
here's the other thing.
So that's the whole, going back to my saying that that nut is only half bust.
Here's the other point that I wanted to make. They talked up a big game about how this draft was going to change the game, revolutionize the business.
Yeah.
Teams will be broken, shakeups will be made, the rosters will never be the same again.
Yeah.
What the fuck did they do?
They just flip-flopped a few people back and forth.
And brought a few people from NXT.
Right.
Did they shake anything up? Did they split any teams?
They did not split any teams.
Did they turn any people?
Except for the Bloodline.
However, where did they end up?
Oh, the same fucking show.
So they didn't shake shit.
Okay. Fair. That's fair. Okay, this is not, again, we're supposed to be talking about Puerto Rico, but
there's so much backlog
right.
that blends into all this.
Yeah, but this is very tangential. I am growing increasingly more pissed off when I see Maxine Dupree going out there with Otis and not Massey and Mansois.
Is this a Brennan thing?
Yes, this is a Brennan thing. The storyline is that you're trying to recruit Otis away from the Alpha Academy into Maximum Male Models, and you don't have the other Maximum Male Models with you? What the fuck?
She's trying to diversify her portfolio. She's got Otis on Raw. She's got Mason Mansois, Massey and Mansois on SmackDown.
No,
she's
she doesn't.
Running shit.
No, she doesn't. They've been nowhere. Nowhere.
Facebook.
Yes.
Which we've loved.
Yes.
Before this year is over, Abel,
I've seen too much of Brennan.
Before this year, we've never seen enough of Brennan.
Oh,
before this year is over, you and I,
Massey, sorry, not Brennan.
We'll have matching fanny packs. Ooh. And we will strut them. Thus.
Will we slay?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll get everybody ready for Christmas because we'll be slaying in October, November, and then when Santa's done, we'll be back in January doing the damn thing.
We're expected 2024 minimum Mexican models calendar.
Imported defects.
Imported defects. And when I say minimum, I mean chiquito, minimum.
Well, a woman's is only 3 inches.
Oh.
So there's hope for most of you yet.
Most.
Sorry, Arnold.
Where am I going to get the other 2?
More for you, baby. Plenty of you to go around, apparently. Your forehead is blushing. How? Did the snip rewire the other head too, or what?
Yes, it did.
We'll need to talk about that after the show too. I got plenty of sick time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Give it a week.
And I want to plant my seed in some artificial goodness.
There you go.
Yeah. Back to Backlash. That's how much we like the Usos.
What was their actual match? It was
6-man. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Riddle.
Okay, yeah. It was all right.
An overly tan, maybe Adam Warlock-esque Matt Riddle.
Okay.
Super Saiyan Matt Riddle. Maybe.
Little Chonis Matt Riddle.
Yeah. Leaving nothing to the imagination.
Yeah.
Matt Riddle.
Yeah. Letting the pigeons loose.
Yeah. 4-inch pre-roll Matt Riddle. Glazed.
I counted at least
for that
6.
extra THC. Yeah. If you had to pencil, would you have ended the show with Brock and Cody, or would you have ended it with Benito and Priest?
Benito and Priest.
I know that would have pissed off a lot of fans, hardcore fans, on paper, ahead of time, maybe even us. Maybe.
Okay.
As soon as the crowd chanted sang Bad Bunny's song, I was like, I'm done. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
This is why they need to get out more.
I disagree. I don't think that anybody would have been pissed if that was the end of the match. Or at the end of the show. If that match was the end of the show.
Really?
I don't think hardcore wrestling fans would be pissed. Why? I'm a hardcore wrestling fan.
Because it's not Logan Paul.
And I fucking loved it. Yeah, not Logan Paul, right? But even if it was Logan Paul, there's plenty of people that are like, oh man, Logan Paul's a really good wrestler, right?
He's an asshole.
He's an asshole, but he's a good wrestler. People are they're tripping all over themselves to make that excuse to actually think that they're going to cheer Logan Paul. Bad Bunny is all of that they say about Logan Paul without the assholery. Yeah. Right? I mean, he's dating a Kardashian, but that might be just bad judgment.
At some point,
not
all
assholery.
Some point, all of us will hope you get the good one.
Yeah. Which was the good one.
I thought it was Chloe for a while, but even then she went to the dark side.
Yeah.
You were supposed to bring balance to reality TV, not leave it in ruins.
So, especially given what all happened in the match and given
by default, Caitlyn?
Okay. So we go into the Jenners. Okay. What's I gotta say? given all the stuff that actually happened in the match, and given the actual finish to the match, and given where they fucking were, yes, that would have been the right call to make that at the end. Put that last. Yeah, because while we are very hopeful in the future, they're going to continue to go back to places like Puerto Rico, if not actually Puerto Rico. For track record, it would speak that, yeah, Wembley had an Intercontinental title match between Brett and Bulldog that ended it, and people still talk about that match, right? They don't talk about anything else on the fucking card from 92, right? Doesn't matter what the fuck else happened.
Oh, Demolition went drunk to the ring and high. No, Legion of Doom. Yeah.
No, nobody give a fuck, right?
Ric Flair's last tour. Nobody.
The moment was that match. The moment was this match. Yes, we have a match in your candidate that is not this match, which is just an embarrassment of riches at this point. But this fucking match was so good. I was very much sports entertained. I was sports entertained to the max. Turned up to 11. Hasta 11. This match should have been ending the night.
This probably is going to get a bunch of stink eye.
Okay.
If it weren't for Bianca and Io, I would put up a fight to put this match on our match of the year list.
Okay.
And the fact that Io and Bianca is that much better tells you all you need to know.
Maybe that
a little bit
better.
more. Yeah.
A little bit more.
There was a lot more outside stuff that gave it more value.
Let me give you my nitpicks.
Go.
My nitpick, the Puerto Rican Destroyer.
He hasn't really established a finisher.
Right, and I don't think that should be his finisher. While he's a great celebrity wrestler, he's not a great wrestler, and only like super niche, super like this guy, this is his thing, and oh my god, like only then should anybody be using a version of the Canadian Destroyer, right? Mm-hmm. Penta could pull it off because he's been kind of doing it for a while, and even then it's not exactly the Mexican Destroyer. It's not exactly the Tequila Sunrise, or no, excuse me, Panama Sunrise. Mm-hmm. You know, Panama Sunrise.
It's a variation.
So you have momentum by jumping and flipping, but a dude that like Bad Bunny, who's good for being what he is, shouldn't be pulling off advanced ninjutsu.
So let me bounce off of that.
And it kind of gives it away a little bit because again, he is what 105 soaking wet. Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe he's like 160,
and it's the pubes on his head that makes him that heavy.
Yeah.
He likes to brag, rightfully so, that he's a fan of the classics. Mm-hmm. And I think the last time he wrestled, Michael Cole said something of the effects of "bunnies can fly." That became a catchphrase. There was signs like that all over.
Yeah.
If he's that much of the traditional fan, give him Macho Man's elbow.
Okay.
He's flying. He's paying heritage to the wrestling that he grew up with, that he likes. I would think a Bad Bunny that's a fan of old school wrestling would not do anything that this. I see Logan Paul doing the fucking buckshot lariat.
Yeah.
I see Logan Paul because of his athleticism as fuck. I'd give him the frog splash. But I wouldn't associate either one of those with Bunny. I would do something like an elbow.
You know what I really thought the finish was going to be, and I still think should happen?
The whipping with the candlestick?
No. Because of the selling of the leg so much, it should have just been
the figure four.
A figure four. Just slap on a figure four and just hold on for dear life. And for some reason, Priest just couldn't get to the rope, and he just had no choice but to tap.
Not even tap. Pinfall. His shoulders were down and he count 1, 2, 3.
Or pass out from the pain.
Yeah.
It wasn't that, Bad Bunny is so good at a figure four, but it's that a figure four is that devastating, especially if you have a fucked up knee.
I'm not going to tap out to a nobody that doesn't wrestle 5 days a year. I'm going to just pass out.
Yeah. The Canadian Destroyer, that was one nit to pick that I had.
Ray with the 619 and Bunny follows it up with the elbow. There's your finish.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Arnold, he disagrees. He says casuals love it. Bunny is for the casuals. He could use the PR Destroyer. Okay, cool. I mean, that is valid. It's for the casuals. So the casuals like it. Why not?
I'll give Arnold. Why not? I'll give Arnold a little bit.
Okay.
If Priest taught him that, I would accept him finishing Priest with that. I don't want to see him doing this every other match he does from here on out.
Okay.
For this, if they were to tie that together, I'd let this one slide.
Okay.
But damn, that was fucking good. They told a good story.
Yeah.
They told a really good story. Puerto Rican style, getting all over the floor and everything.
Yeah.
And I did hear one complaint of, damn, Bad Bunny did all this stuff and he survived and he's fine. Anybody could be a wrestler.
And again, that's where I think if it went with the figure 4, that would have been like, he was taught this. You could teach a hold, right? He was taught a hold, and it wasn't because of the effectiveness of Bunny. It was the effectiveness of the hold and of his training of the hold, and the fact that dude was already injured.
Yeah.
Right? That's why
there isn't any.
I'm not going to beat that dead horse. Okay, let's move on.
This isn't a slight. Bad Bunny's attire, Bad Bunny's ring civvies.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't anything physically that leads a casual viewer to believe he's athletic.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only nit. I'm more on your side where he should be doing. If he's just a fan that happens to be the most streamed person on earth, he should be doing stuff that is to his limitations, not stuff that he sees other people doing all the time on TV and think, oh, I can do it if I put my mind to it. No,
okay.
There's some things that you shouldn't be doing because you're not there 300 days a year. You're not there on the opening Titantron. You're not there doing earning your stripes, hitting the road, doing things the hard way. You're not one of them, basically. And it sucks that I say it that way. But seeing somebody, a casual, be like, how is he able to do all that? He wore that vest and everything the whole time.
Yeah.
There's nothing for me to think, oh, that guy can go.
Yeah.
And there were times where his selling, he sold so well, it was like, oh, he's about to flop like a fish over a punch in the gut. Yeah, he is not your typical wrestler that can take that every fucking day of the week.
Arnold says in the live chat, his finisher should be the backstabber, in my opinion. Backstabber could work.
Yeah.
That could work.
Carlito's gonna have to train him for a bit because his look nasty.
Yeah.
His look damn good.
So this brings me to another nit that I had to pick. Arnold said in the live chat, the pop for Carlito, the pop for Savio Vega was fucking awesome, and I agree. But those are great moments. My nit to pick with it is Savio stood there, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I looked back at him. Like, dude.
After they looked at me.
Yeah.
Looked at him.
Yeah, it was like too much, dude. Like he was standing there forever, and they did that shot back and forth so many fucking times. Like, Yahweh, start walking.
Shit, get off the ring.
Yeah. Like, I just thought it was kind of dumb. I thought that part of it was kind of dumb. And I get it, you're trying to soak up the adulation of the fans, but all right, bro. We got a show to get to. They're going to still cheer for you when you're doing your quang kick. You know, get to it.
But all that being said, that shit was fucking good.
It was fun as fuck. It was, in my opinion, all the way up until the finisher, all the way up until then, it made sense. Because Bunny was trying to outmaneuver and out-weapon a guy and do some fundamentals. You know, he was trying to use his training that he has and be competent enough in his training and overcompensate his training with weapons. And I felt like he was doing exactly what he should be doing. And Priest got his big bombs in, and as a heel, he did the stupid fucking thing, which was, let me pick him up while I'm pinning him. It was his own hubris that got him.
I want to say that I would have been better off if Benito lost, but you just reminded me why it's okay. He had him and he decided to keep it going.
Yeah.
So it's on him.
It's on him. It was his own hubris. Yeah. This was a good fucking match.
What about that last match of the night?
I think that match was the second best match of the night.
Yeah. What about that last match?
Cody versus Brock was good. I don't think it was as fun as Benito.
That's a hard.
It was a lot to follow.
When your homeland hero just stole the show, what was left of Grand Theft Auto with EO and Bianca,
Mhm.
there wasn't a lot left to steal.
Yeah.
This was like post-hurricane over there in Port. They didn't have much.
Yeah.
But it was quick enough that I liked it. The finish was smart enough that I liked it, but for whatever reason, maybe it was because we got so much leading up to that in that show that it was a little flat.
Can you hold that thought? And can we go back just for a split second? So the LWO growing to include Carlito and Savio Vega, and you had all the LWO out there.
Wait, is that guaranteed? Carlito showing up on Friday?
I don't know.
He's here?
I don't know. But at least for one night only, at least. Let me get to my point. My point is, who did the Latino delegation lose in the trade for Joaquin Wilde? Because somehow we got Joaquin Wilde.
One of the Lotharios.
One of the Lotharios became Filipino?
Probably.
So we lost the Lothario and we got a Wilde?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's the point I just wanted to make. It was like, cool, look at that. It was the LWO and friends. Like, that's all I wanted to say.
It's gonna become a problem because I've been keeping up with SmackDown for the most part, off and on. At least when their segments are on. They've made an effort to let you know who Santos Escobar is.
Oh, yeah.
But there will be times where you'll forget who the fuck the other two people are.
Yeah, that's
Do you know the other guy's name besides Walking Wild?
Oh, shit. What's his name? No, I know it, but I don't know it. Like, you put me on the spot. No. What's his name?
Anybody in the chat, which is the Arnold in the chat?
The Arnold in the chat. What's that fool's name?
I know it. Cruz del Toro.
Cruz del Toro.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Random person would know it. Casual on TV would know it.
Yeah.
So whoever saw that Bad Bunny segment would be like, that dude don't look Mexican.
Cruz?
No, Joaquin Wild.
Oh, yeah, Joaquin. Well, that's the thing. Joaquin Wild does look like he should fit in. So, okay, at work.
It wasn't Cruz del Toro until last year. It was Raul Mendoza.
That's right. It was Raul Mendoza. So at work, we have a dude named Mike, right? He's one of the mechanics. So he's technically not with our company anymore because the mechanics are now a separate company, whatever.
Yeah.
But he's Filipino.
Oh, shit.
But Arnold and I both frequently go up to him and accidentally start speaking Spanish to the guy. Because he's very brown.
Y'all racist as fuck.
And he's a mechanic.
Damn it, Bobby.
So we're like, hey, ¿qué pasó, man? Oh, shit. I mean, hey, what's up, dude? Arnold says he looks like us. In Spanish out of habit.
Arnold.
No, it's not that. He's not. He's a jacked up little Filipino.
Most of them are.
Yeah.
Cody and Brock.
Cody and Brock. All right, here we go. Cody and I don't know if I had enough energy to really pay attention enough to say anything other than it happened, it was good, let's move on with Cody. Right? Mm-hmm. I'm was a little scared coming out of it, like, fuck, he just won with a stupid fucking roll-up, right? Like a flash pin 1, 2, 3. He didn't really beat Brock. So that's just gonna piss off Brock, and that means Brock is gonna fucking, beat his ass out of nowhere on Monday. And
which he did.
Yeah, he did. So it's like, oh, this isn't over. Fuck, we're gonna have more
Saudi show. You gotta give him Brock.
God damn it. So I'm like, it was kind of like the right person won, but not in the right way.
And it's not over.
And it's not over, and it was just not unconvincing. And now Cody's just going to get a receipt and get beat to death.
This isn't something that I would have wished on anyone because
Okay.
I complained when it happened to Cody. I mean, I'm sorry, I complained when it happened to Kofi.
Okay.
After the finish of Cody versus Brock, I kind of expected a rematch.
Okay.
Wasn't necessarily expecting Saudi. But what I am expecting is Brock beats the ever-loving fuck out of Cody in 60 seconds or less.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
And then whatever you want to do for that third match, or we can talk about the future later. But I'm expecting that rematch. Brock is gonna have to like even the odds and be like, yeah, I slept on him. I'm not gonna sleep on him this time. I'm gonna go in there and just do the job. I'm not paid by the hour. I want to be home. So I'm gonna fly to Saudi the day of. I'm gonna walk in that ring. I'm gonna beat his ass in 60 seconds. And I'm gonna fly back home before the straight is even over.
Yeah.
That's my mentality of what I.
That'd be a hell of a jet.
Freaking flyer miles, bro.
Still, that shit is faster than light.
Does
travel.
he want to be on the plane that says, you know what, we're not leaving yet because they haven't paid us our money or they're not letting us leave? Do you want a beast in that?
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying that for him to get back home before the show's over is kind of impossible.
It's Brock.
Yeah. All right. He just goes like this. And then, poof, he's there. Okay.
I like this.
Yes.
Overall, that shit was fucking delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole show altogether was just great. Yeah. It was shit. That was probably one of the best backlashes ever. I may have had more fun with this than I did with Mania. Maybe.
Quality over quantity, yeah.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of stuff on Mania that if you cut the fat, the Mania one Mania show would be definitely better than last week's Backlash.
And I'm gonna say this. This felt a lot like one of Triple H's NXT takeovers.
This is very Triple H.
It felt like a takeover almost. A main roster NXT takeover. Kinda. I thought it was great.
It's been a while, so I'm gonna try to run through these. Maybe you can come up with some on your own. Match of the week candidates: Darby Allin versus Shane Strickland from Dynamite, like 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Okay.
Matt Riddle versus Solo, the first match on SmackDown, not that no disqualification garbage.
Yeah.
Rollins versus Miz on Raw. And then the 2 matches from Backlash.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not watch Dynamite last night, so yeah, that would
Dynamite last night was pretty consistent.
Okay.
Good, borderline, some great stuff.
Okay.
AEW did they pulled a WWE. They had a trios match. House of Black defended the trios titles. House of Black like open or invitational or open house or something like that. And so for the match, the lights were out except the spotlight over the ring. But you know those like embers that House of Black have on their graphics?
Yeah.
The embers stayed on the ring and they stayed on the LEDs that go around the arena, and it gave it a real cool vibe. I liked it a lot. It was House of Black against Bandito and Best Friends, and House of Black retained, and it was pretty good.
Okay.
Julia Hart from House of Black fought
really
Anna Jay in a hardcore match or Street Fighter Lights Out or something, and Julia wound up winning.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
The cage match started with a brawl with fucking BCC and Elite, and then they eventually got it in the ring. And Moxley took the whole commercial break trying to undo the fucking turnbuckle so that he could finger or hook Kenny Omega with the hook and the turnbuckle. That's that blurred picture that looks like Moxley's big dick is actually the fucking. Yeah. And then Don Callis takes the screwdriver from Moxley when he's about to stab fucking Omega with it. And Omega hits him with the one-winged angel, and then Callis from behind stabs Kenny Omega in the back of the head with the screwdriver.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and so Moxley, and there's a picture floating around of Moxley all cut up in the back because there wasn't sugar glass, it was actual glass that they used in the ring. And Moxley got put all over. It's Moxley. He likes the
Yeah.
hardcore shit. If he doesn't bleed, he doesn't feel like he earned his paycheck.
Yeah.
And so I'm serious. Tampax has to sponsor him. They will make a blood money, a ton of blood money.
Yeah.
But I forget what else happened that night. There was a lot of that happened. So they announced next week Roderick Strong versus Chris Jericho, first time ever.
Okay, cool.
Leading up to what will eventually be Jericho and Adam Cole,
Baby.
at Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing shaping up to be pretty good. I wanted to see it, but now that it's happening, I'm kind of not the biggest fan of the Pillars having their Fatal 4-Way title match.
Oh, really?
Darby has been the only one that has been keeping his head above water, let alone swimming.
How so?
Jungle Boy can't cut a promo. I like him. I want to like him for more than him just being Luke Perry's alive son. But fuck, he can't sell himself on the microphone
Really?
consistently. And Sammy this was supposed to be the moment that he broke away from the Jericho Appreciation Society and have his own title match. And instead of breaking away from being Jericho's underling, he's now MJF's underling. The fuck? Yeah, Darby, man. Darby is the only one that'll probably get out alive, even if
Okay.
and I doubt they're gonna switch the belts now.
Yeah, I mean, I think MJF is definitely winning this, but it's going to be an interesting experiment to see all the Pillars try to main event.
It's cool in the moment that the 4 kids that came from somewhat obscurity, MJF was like the Impact reference. He was a big fish in a small pond, but if you don't watch it, who the fuck? Like you didn't know he was a thing in MLW.
Yeah.
Unless you went to Wrestle Circus every month in Austin, you'd have no idea that Sammy Guevara was actually good.
Right.
I've never seen Jungle Boy wrestle outside of AEW. The small stuff from Evolve from Darby Allin, his destiny eventually, he will be a world champion. It ain't gonna be this year.
Is he going to be a Jeff Hardy world champion where, he gets over a lot of people like him because of his character and stuff, but he may not always be the most reliable, not because of necessarily maybe his demons, because I don't see too many demons getting Darby. I see injuries and his other extracurricular activities getting him. Yeah. He's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to jump a car this week, and then like he mistimes it or something.
I want to skateboard off a mountain for Jackass.
Yeah.
You mentioned it. It's on our notes. How do you feel about Jeff Hardy returning to AEW on the roster and actually wrestling?
It's a matter of time before he fucks up again, right? I'm not invested in it. I think the late 90s, early 2000s, fucking goth kid, rebel Jinko's Jeff Hardy is passe now. Like for some people, it's a nostalgia thing. But I don't think anybody is like, oh man, Jeff Hardy is cool now, right? So, and he's unreliable in the ring. He may even be at this point old enough to where he might be dangerous in the ring, and he's unreliable backstage. Until he proves me wrong, which at this point I don't think he's ever going to prove me wrong, because he's had stints of time where he's been clean, right? Oh, he went 9 months. Oh, he went 2 years. Oh, he went 5 years, right? What, you're going to have to prove it to me for a decade now to believe you? And by the time a decade comes around, you're fucking Ric Flair. Get the fuck out of the ring. I don't want to see you anymore. So, no, I don't care.
Even before the 10 years, what does he have to prove?
What does he have left?
He's been world champion. He might have spent all the money on drugs, but he had millions from WWE. Yeah. He had a title run. Not to mention, the last time he was tried to be clean in WWE, they threw it back at him by doing a fucking DUI angle on television.
Yeah.
What's the fucking point? One match, put Darby over, bow out. Done. If that. He doesn't... My
Oh,
my
man.
AEW needle is not persuaded by, oh my God, it's the fucking return of Jeff Nero Hardy again.
Yeah, for me, that moves the needle in the wrong direction.
Yeah. I go from midnight to 6,
Yeah,
hearing that, just watching Jeff back.
yeah.
Seeing the look on Matt's face, like, oh, I'm so happy my meal ticket's back for another run.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think Matt should be like that. I think if there's a meal ticket in the family, it's going to be Matt. Matt was able to get over with all the fucking delete stuff. Hell, I feel like he was dragging Brother Nero along with him.
Yeah.
He was the meal ticket when Brother Nero wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
He was deleting the world on fire. And Jeff was his brother.
Mm-hmm.
No, Matt doesn't need him. Now, I understand his reaction of, oh, it's my brother. I'm happy to see my brother. But from a business standpoint, that's not Matt's meal ticket. Matt has made his own goddamn meal ticket.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, he's Jeff's meal ticket.
What else? Did you, before we go,
Yeah.
you had a week.
A week.
Did you do the homework?
I completely 100% fucking forgot about the homework.
Again.
No, the last time I didn't forget. I just didn't do it.
Dang. So the homework was what?
Pick 20 people on the WWE roster to give the axe to.
Yes.
To give them the Hassan chop.
They do spring cleaning every year, and with the merger, they're trying to cut at a minimum $50 million from their books.
Cool.
And so I went through their roster, and we can debate these.
Okay.
And see if anyone's worth taking a chunk out. Akira Tozawa.
So these are your 20.
To fire.
Okay.
Akira Tozawa.
Sadly, yes.
Aaliyah.
Yeah. Who the fuck is she? Get rid of her.
Apollo Crews.
Sure.
Cedric Alexander.
No. Keep him. Keep him, and let's see if we can do another repackage or something. Put him with fucking MVP and let him do the Hurt Business again. God damn it! Please give him something. You're cleaning out all the rest of this. You're cleaning out all the rest of this fat. Maybe with all the other fluff gone, you could do something with him.
Dana Brooke.
Yeah. Oh God, please get rid of her. Did you see that when she was running out, holding up her arms that aren't nearly as beefy as they used to be, and all the plastic surgery where you can't even recognize her anymore? She looks like a completely different person. So why is she doing this? But even when she was doing this, she went to, all right, high five. All right, yeah, I'm strong. Like, no, you're not. Okay, cool.
Kevin Patrick.
Yeah, he's fine. Go.
Give him all the flowers. Had a great run. Or find something else for him to do at a lower salary. R-Truth.
Ooh, that hurts my heart. But you know what? It might be time to take Old Yeller out back.
There's one more that falls in that category. We'll get to him in a minute.
Okay.
Robert Roode.
Oh, send him packing. Send him packing.
Well, this is what you should have done with R-Truth. You do it with this person too. Shelton Benjamin.
No.
I know Black don't crack, and he's in like his 80s.
No, keep him with said. Keep him with said. I'm hoping for that Hurt Business reunion. If anybody else is on there from the Hurt Business, you're keeping him.
Hey Arnold, I'm cutting Tegan Knox.
Ooh.
If her legs don't come out from under her.
Ooh. Yeah.
Angel Garza.
Okay, yeah.
Drew Gulak.
No. Hold on. Back up. Angel Garza. Would anybody notice if you took Angel Garza and you put him as the replacement for Raul Mendoza and got rid of Raul Mendoza?
You mean you're going to get rid of the actual Mexican? You're not going to try to get rid of Walking Wild, the Filipino? That doesn't belong in the Latin world order?
You know what? You make a better argument. Joaquin gets the chop.
Controversial. Bray Wyatt. Dunzo. I'm not sure what has been happening in the last year or year and a half that either him and creative or him and management just aren't clicking. But this will she, won't she? No. Gotta go.
You know what?
Wyndham Rotunda could do well elsewhere.
I'm going to agree with you under one caveat. He goes to Impact. Okay. No, not AEW. No, not Japan. No, not anywhere else. Impact. And why? Because Impact will fully embrace his weird. Impact killed people with the right amount of storylines. Impact had all the fucking weird shit with like Rosemary and fucking St. James Broken Man and all that stuff. That's where all that fucking compound shit
Without
came from.
Impact, Matt Hardy wouldn't have had the resurgence that he is still milking now.
Right.
I agree. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, put Bray over there and let Bray just have the run of the fucking what was it? Russell House. Bring back Russell House and put Bray as a room, and that's where his Firefly Funhouse is. He has a whole room in Russell House. It's just a Firefly Funhouse. And dude, his interactions with fucking Johnny Swinger.
Oh no!
Hell yeah, dude! I am ready for it. Johnny Swinger just like being scared out of his mind, like it's fucking Papa Shango. Like, oh my god, I can't believe this guy, brother. He's
Basha! Basha! This hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. We're waiting for the dividends, and it's just not paying out. Sorry, as a somewhat proud American, I'm cutting Gable Steveson.
Agree.
They already announced that that the girl that he came with, they actually gave her an actual contract. I'm actually looking more forward to her once I remember what her fucking name is. For her, rather than Stevenson. Stevenson just isn't working.
Yeah.
I mentioned it earlier. Can't have one without the other. Had a decent run, I guess. Humberto Carrillo, the other Lothario. Done.
Okay.
The gimmick was cool, but they didn't really do anything to push it any further.
Umberto can use a little bit more seasoning, a little bit more time in the oven.
Some more gray hair.
They really tried to do something with his little baby face run when he first started out, but he needed more time.
Yeah,
he could get more time somewhere else.
I hate to boo them titties, but Lacey Evans got to go.
Oh, she's got to go. Titties or no titties, I don't care. She's got to go.
Her storyline with Ric Flair, where he impregnated her, kind of like soured me on anything Lacey Evans.
Yeah.
And they tried doing this freaking return where she was putting herself over as an actual Marine. And then they turned it around on, oh, you're not going to welcome a Marine with the kind of respect a Marine deserves. They had something, and they did jack diddly fuck nothing.
Yeah.
With it. It's it. Lacey's got to go. I don't see anything. This isn't from a personal aspect, but they've surprised us before by cutting people mid-run.
Mm-hmm.
Rich Holland.
Ooh.
What value does Ridge Holland alone bring to the table? Is Brawling Brutes lessened without Ridge Holland? Even if Big E forgives him.
Yes. The Brawling Brutes will be no more without him. Why? Because it's just a trio.
Good. Bring back Pete Dunne.
And the trio is Butch, Sheamus, and the other one. If you get rid of the other one, then it's just Butch and Sheamus. You don't have the Brawling Brutes anymore. You have Butch and Sheamus, which, like you just said, may as well just bring back Pete Dunne. Yep. May as well.
He's still on the roster. Shanky.
I'm interested to see what they're doing with this new stable with Jinder. New rehash.
He's not in the stable.
No?
No.
Who is it? It's Veer and Shanky?
In this year is Sanka from NXT, who was the muscle for fucking Grayson Waller for a while.
Okay.
And then he went off on his own. And Veer Mahan, the baseball player.
Right. Yeah, because it was Veer and Shanky. So it's Veer
now it's Veer and Sanka. And they brought in Jinder Mahal to give him some credibility, former WWE champion.
Right.
And the three of them are a trio.
So they switched out one Indian dude for another.
Yeah. Shanky's
And
even though he's
Shanky's
on the roster. Yeah.
the odd man out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fine. Veer and Shanka instead of Veer and Shanky. Sanka instead
Like the
of
coffee.
Shanky.
Sanka.
Okay, Sanka.
Or Sanga.
Sanga?
S-A-N-G-A. Yeah. S-A-N-G-A.
Okay.
Probably gonna get some blowback from this. Tamina.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
That's 20.
Okay.
I had a couple more.
Okay.
I would put Beth Phoenix on commentary.
Yes.
I'd
Yes.
get Booker T out of the commentary and put him in the PC.
Yes. Very much yes.
If NXT was on the block, Boa.
I don't even know who that is.
The chick that's
The pillow chick?
yeah, she used to be the demon, the Asian demon thing that was on the throne, and Boa was her dude. Yeah, that the face paint, the kabuki face paint. Dante Chen, he's been on a couple of episodes and done. Jagger Reed and Kip Fowler, they used to be grizzled young veterans. They're under Schism and they're doing something completely different.
Okay.
Schism won't lose any momentum if they have any. So that's 24, but 20.
Well, I got a couple of those I saved. So
yeah.
But
and I don't even, you know what? I don't even think that adds up to 50 million minimum.
Yeah.
Be ballsy.
Mm-hmm.
Cut someone high profile. The last round, they got rid of Braun Strowman, and he had been world champ that year. And they got rid of his ass.
That's true.
So blindside me and the audience. Pick a name that will actually affect the bottom line of the fucking purpose.
I got one for you. I got one. Braun Strowman.
You dick!
Yeah,
I want to argue that. I can argue that. But goddamn, would that be fitting?
Give him the old heave ho.
Try controlling your fucking narrative now.
Yeah. I give him the old heave ho, man.
We even shook the sign. The only thing I'll give it, and this is a weird thing to say, I am under the impression that Braun Strowman has more value now as a partner with Ricochet than he did as a world champ.
Okay, that's fair. So
that's the only defense I'll give it. I'm not looking to defend Braun Strowman.
Very, very fair. So in light of what you just said, get rid of both of them.
Oh, shit.
Ricochet and Strowman as a team. Let them go somewhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ricochet definitely goes to AEW.
No,
I would want to see Braun in New Japan.
They stay as a team in Japan. They stay as a team and go to New Japan.
The Japanese will fall in hate with Braun Strowman in such a good way.
Mm-hmm.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I'm sure if Honor were here, he'd be like, Yahweh, Charlotte.
Oh, yeah, Charlotte. Charlotte. Yahweh.
I you know what? I might have cut Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just figured that would have been a top level star that y'all would have made an argument for.
Oh, I would not make an argument.
But if WWE is willing to not so much scoff, but willing to lose Sasha Banks and Naomi,
yeah,
I don't think there's anyone, at least on the women's side, that is not off the table.
You know, I don't think this one is going to come as too big of a surprise, especially given the rumors. But Drew.
That would be a big one. But that's Drew walking. That's not Drew being cut.
No, he won't walk if you cut him.
Yeah, don't give him the satisfaction.
Yeah, you can't fire me. I quit. But if you can't quit because I fired you.
But if you cut him, then you don't get 90 days, and Drew shows up in AEW next week on Max.
Well,
Drew doesn't renew, then he's sitting for 90 days at least. So that means he won't be at All Out in Wembley. He won't be at All In. Wait, if he gets cut this month, he could be at All Out. All in Wembley. That might be the hurdle that sells it out.
Yeah. Okay.
So you did stuff for UPW last week. Are you doing anything in the next week or so?
No. UPW is this weekend. Yeah. Yes.
You did the preview show.
I did the preview show. Yeah. UPW Newswire, the preview of what's going on this weekend. So yeah, this this Saturday on the 13th in Alvin, Texas. That's going to be UPW 38. So come on out. We have a bunch of matches already lined up. We got 5 on the card. So we're going to have Ransom taking on Mason Malice. We haven't seen Mason Malice in a little while. And then we have Ransom just going crazy. And all of a sudden, he just has more and more clowns with him. He just has these killer clowns showing up with them. The latest one has been a little girl clown. The big one's called Hatchet. We just started calling her Dagger. So yeah. So he's got an actual axe that he comes to the ring with him, and he has Hatchet the clown and Dagger the clown. So let's see what else happens.
Dagger.
Yeah. Also, we got the Cruiserweight title on the line. We got Chris Lyons going to be defending against Bobby Fairweather. Fairweather we haven't seen in a while either. Whenever he does come around, there's always some sort of shenanigans. He's a shenanigans doer, a doer of shenanigans. Yeah. He has shenanigans aplenty, I guess. We were going to have a tag team match. The tag team champs, Duperon and Sebi, also known as Manhattan Project, we're going to fight against the Bulldogs. Unfortunately, Bulldog Senior is injured. So, we kind of forgot, but I guess somebody didn't forget that Duperon also has the Texas Championship. He is a 2-belt guy. So if you're not going to be in a tag team match, well, guess what? You're going to defend the Texas title. So the Texas title is going to go up against Erod, young up-and-comer, all over the Houston area. He's been getting a lot of reps, fighting for pretty much everyone. The thing is, he kind of looks like Sebi. So we're going to have Duperon with Sebi in his corner against Sebi's doppelganger. So we'll see if he knows which one to actually punch.
Got you.
We're going to have Chris Morrison versus Just Nick in a Kami-sama rules match. So Kami-sama, that is where we have a limit on how many rope breaks you get. Mm-hmm. Right. So kind of like the ROH Pure, right? You get 3 rope breaks. After that, if you reach for the rope, that don't break it. Mm-hmm. They just keep it on. Right. So yeah, it's going to be a very technical style. And Chris Morrison, comes from Slaughterville, Oklahoma. He's always a very hard hitting guy as well. So
is that an actual place?
I don't know, but that's where I bill him from.
Oh, Slaughterville.
Slaughterville.
Yeah, like Truth and Consequences.
Yes. Or Cut and Shoot, Texas.
Yeah. Or Syphilis, Arizona.
What? Is there a Syphilis, Arizona?
No,
there's not. Oh, you son of a bitch. I believed you. And then our heavyweight championship is going to be on the line. We got Jay Davis fighting against the fireman Luther Black. Luther's getting title shot. Woo!
Finally,
yeah. Luther's going to go up against the main title holder, UPW. So, yeah, we'll see how that one goes.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's this weekend. I'm going to be ring announcing. Come on out. Alvin, Texas, if you got the time. If you got the ducats. It's not a lot of ducats. I think it's 15 or 20, something like that. Not bad. Family show. Come on out. See your boy. See the wrestlers. See the sights.
See your boy.
See the sights of beautiful Alvin, Texas.
Alvin!
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, sir. I believe that is all.
We will have to find a way to schedule our preview show.
Okay.
For Double or Nothing and Saudi, same weekend.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Saudi and Double or Nothing are they on the same day?
No, Saudi's on Saturday.
And Double or Nothing's on Sunday.
Yep.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said you didn't want to do that Thursday night.
We can't. I will be watching Bush and Our Lady Peace.
Oh,
at House of Blues this week.
That's cool.
This week is concert week on Live Nation, and they have $25 all-in tickets. All in is basically no fees. You pay $25 for a ticket, and depending on who you go see, some places have floor tickets that normally are like $45 or $50. I tried to get Jimmy Eat Roll and Manchester Orchestra, but I'm guessing the floor tickets on the first level got sold out in the pre-sale for the Rocketon people. And so 200 were available when I went through the Verizon pre-sale. And when I floundered on that. By the time I got to the regular sale, the 300 ones were the only one that was left. So, and then I wanted to see Tears for Fears again, but that falls on the day of the anniversary of my mom's passing, so I can't do that.
Yeah.
And then there was another show I wanted to see, but something, I forget.
Okay.
So I got a pair of tickets to see Matchbox 20. I've never seen Matchbox 20.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. The female friend, the Love and Touch, she wants to see Matchbox 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Baby Metal and Deathlock. The floor tickets
Really?
were gone. Yeah, so it's a co-headlining tour. I don't know
Alright.
how they're doing Deathlock because it's an animated band.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, but Baby Metal's fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking
Baby
fun.
Metal's the shit when you see them live.
Yeah.
If you don't know Baby Metal, imagine a wicked combination of like
Super kawaii otaku.
Iron Maiden
And
Britney Spears.
yeah.
Because now there's 3 singers again. They dance like coordinated dance like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys do, but to like Slipknot shit.
Yeah.
And it's all in Japanese, and that's like how I've been learning Japanese through their fucking lyrics.
Hi.
Arigato gozaimasu. Yay. And just like that. Oops. And with that,
Adios, my friends. Keep it classy.
turned out so good.